everyone. I hope you all are fine. So let us start our today's session. In our today's session, I have brought the study of oxidation number, and after that I will discuss what are the rules to assign the oxidation number. So let us understand what is the oxidation number. So you see here what I have written. The oxidation number of an element may be defined as the charge which an atom of the element has in its ion or appears to be present in the combined state with other atom. This is also called the oxidation state. Okay, so as we will discuss some rules, then you will get it. Okay, actually the oxidation number is the charge present on the specific element either in the separate form or in the combined form. Okay, so let us discuss rules to assign the oxidation number. The first rule is the oxidation number of an element in the elementary state is 0. Elementary state, if the element is present in the alone form, like suppose it is written only Mg, in this case oxidation number will be 0. If only aluminium is to be written, oxidation number 0. Only sodium, 0. If in its molecular form, like suppose it is to be written in the Cl2 form, 0 oxidation number. Br2, then again 0, and I2, 0. Suppose S8 it is to be written, again its oxidation number will be 0. Now the second rule it is, in monoatomic ion, charge that is equal to oxidation state. Monoatomic ion, that's some example I am writing for you, like suppose ferric ion, 3 positive. So that will be its oxidation state. Like suppose Fe2 positive it is to be written. So this 2 is the oxidation state. Here the plus 3 is the oxidation state and here plus 2 is the oxidation state. Suppose Cl negative it is to be written. So minus 1 will be the oxidation state. Okay. Let us see the next rule. The oxidation number of hydrogen, most probably it is to be considered as plus 1 H in H2O. But when combined with a metal, especially of the alkali group, alkali metals that belongs to the group 1, in that case their oxidation state will be minus 1. So let me give you the example. Like suppose H2O it is to be written, oxygen is more electronegative, so the oxidation state of oxygen will be minus 2, and we have to find out the hydrogen, so that is to be considered as X whole twice, then plus minus 2 equal to 0. The sum of all the element, that is equal to 0. So it becomes 2x minus 2 is equals to 0. So x that is equal to plus 2 divided by 2. So what you will get it here, x is equals to plus 1. So this will be the oxidation state of hydrogen in H2O. But suppose if it is linked with more reactive or more electropositive element, so in that case hydrogen becomes less electronegative. So here, as you have to find out the hydrogen, sodium oxidation state it is to be plus 1, and now x is, we have to find out hydrogen equal to 0. So x is equals to, that is minus 1. So here you have to understand, especially in terms of hydrogen, hydrogen shows a dual behavior. When it is linked with more electronegative element, so it behaves as electropositive. When it links with more electropositive element, it behaves as electronegative. Okay, see the next rule. Next rule I have written, the oxidation number of oxygen is minus 2, but in peroxide, oxygen actually it shows the different oxidation state. Minus 2 to plus 2 oxygen shows. Okay, so all the conditions we will discuss with you. So oxidation state number of oxygen, that is normally is minus 2, because oxygen is having configuration 2,6. It needs 2 more electron to complete its octet. So normally its oxidation state will be minus 2. But in the peroxide this is minus 1. Peroxides are to be there H2O2. Okay, like Na2O2. Okay, so in that case oxygen oxidation state will be minus 1. Peroxide especially, that is to be made in this way. Oxygen is linked with the another oxygen with the single bond. In both the cases the oxidation state of oxygen will be minus 1. That you have to know. Superoxides are what? In superoxides, like example I am writing for that, KO2. Like suppose you have written KO2 and another one example like RbO2. So suppose you have to find out the oxidation state of oxygen here. So potassium comes in group 1, its oxidation state will be +1, and oxygen, that is to be X, we have considered whole twice equals to 0. So that we will write 1 plus 2x is equals to 0. So that is to be written as x is equals to 1 plus 2x, it is to be written equal to 0. So what we will get it in terms of this value that goes here -1, 2x is equals to -1, x is equals to -1 by 2. This is the oxidation state of oxygen in terms of superoxide. But in terms of OF2, what will be the oxidation state of oxygen? You see here, we will consider here X. Fluorine, or it is a highly electronegative element, so -1 whole twice equal to 0. So X -2 equal to 0. So here we are having the oxidation state of fluorine. This is to be of +2. Let's talk about O2F2. So here X whole twice plus -1 whole twice equal to 0. So 2x -2 equal to 0. So x is equals to 2 divided by 2. So here we will get it +1 oxidation state. So most of the variation comes in oxygen in terms of oxidation state. Normally I am telling this is to be of -2 is the oxidation state. But in peroxide, oxidation state will be of -1. Okay. In superoxide, the oxidation state will be of -1 by 2. And in terms of OF2, oxidation state will be +2, and in terms of O2F2, oxidation state will be +1. Maximum variation. Now, in a compound, the metal atom has positive oxidation number while non-metal has negative oxidation number. This is a common thing. Non-metals, they have negative because they receive the electron to complete their octet. Next rule, oxidation number of alkali metal, that will be of +1 because they come in the group 1. Alkaline earth metal, their oxidation number +2. Halogens, they have -1 because they have 7 electron in their outermost shell. So they need 1 more electron to complete their octet. So their oxidation state will be -1. Now the next, in a polyatomic ion, the charge is equal to the number of oxidation number. So polyatomic ion that we will discuss, like PO4 3 negative. Okay. Now the next is the neutral molecule oxidation number will be 0. In neutral, no oxidation state will be there. In that case, 0 will be there. Now in a complex ion, the sum of all the atoms in the ion is equal to the charge on the atom. So this case you have to understand, like suppose I am writing here, you have to find out CO3 2 negative carbonate ion. So the complete charge on it, that is 2 negative, so that you have to write there. This will be the oxidation state for complete carbonate ion. Okay. For a specific element, as you have to find out the oxidation state. So what you will do, x plus -1 whole -2 whole thrice is equal to -2. So that is to be written here, x -6 equal to -2. So here you will get there 6 minus 2. The charge comes +4. So this is the oxidation state. Now the next, in case of interhalogen, most probably all the halogens, they have -1 oxidation state. But in interhalogens, what happened? Like suppose I have taken ICl, I have taken here ICl3. So the element which is more electronegative, that acquire the -1 oxidation state, negative oxidation state, and against it the halogen which is written first, that oxidation state will be in positive. In ICl3, chlorine is more electronegative than iodine, so its oxidation state will be considered as -1. As you have to find out iodine, so what you will do there, x plus -1 whole thrice, the sum of all the oxidation state of all the element, that is equal to 0. So that you can write there x, that you can write there -3 equal to 0. So overall you will get there x is equals to +3. So again I am telling, in interhalogens, the halogen which is to be written first, that acquires a positive oxidation state, and the halogen which is written later, that acquires a negative oxidation state. But always remember, fluorine always shows -1 oxidation state. It never changes its oxidation state because it is the highly electronegative element of the periodic table. I hope you all have got it. What are the rules to assign the oxidation number of all the elements? That's all for today's session.